Hi, Pamela and Brad here from Wellness Within, bringing another Wellness Wednesday blurb. And this is where we share relatively unknown information about how powerfully your mind impacts your body, as well as your level of health and happiness.
For today's Wellness Insight, we'd like to start with a question. The question is, why is it so darn hard to avoid negative thoughts? Well, one of the reasons is because of your brain's negativity bias. As a proactive mechanism, your brain has evolved to focus more on negative thoughts than positive ones. It's designed to always assume the worst. You've heard of worst case scenario? That's our brain. Our ancestors could make two kinds of mistakes. They can think there was a tiger in the bushes when there wasn't. Or the second mistake they could make is they could think of there wasn't a tiger in the bushes and there was. Well, the results of the first scenario is perhaps some unnecessary anxiety. But the results of the second scenario is, well, you get the picture. Somebody was eating for lunch. So your brain evolved to continuously make the first mistake to protect you from making the second one. And once you've assumed the worst, your brain continues to look for evidence to support that assumption while rejecting all the evidence to the contrary. Consequently, your negative thoughts often outweigh your positive ones. Now, here's a good example. Let's suppose you had a wonderful day. You're out in the garden, the sun's shining, you're feeling great, a lot of energy, a lot of laughing during the day. Everything just went perfectly until you got that phone call that left you ticked off. So, do you go to bed thinking about what a wonderful day you had that day? No. You go to bed thinking about that stressful phone call that you got, thinking over and over and over about what you should have said, what that person said, what you shouldn't have said, etc., etc. That is how your brain's negativity bias works. Now, while we no longer fear tigers in bushes, we do have paper tigers to deal with in the form of things like traffic and deadlines and parenting, relationships, finances, politics, etc., etc., etc. While they don't threaten our survival, so often our responses still result from our brain's negativity bias. So over a lifetime, the influence of this negative thinking takes a toll on our bodies. This is why so many people that we know and you know are challenged with illness, disease, and conditions. And this is precisely why we are passionate about sharing relatively new and unknown information that can empower you to overcome your brain's negativity bias and, in addition, take control of your own health.
So, how can we deal with that negativity bias, those paper tigers, and the negative thoughts that just eat away at us? Well, this week's wellness tip, it's called the expansion technique, and it's an easy yet effective tool for quieting, for shushing those nagging negative thoughts. And I'm going to guide you through it right now. So, if you would just bring something to mind, it's a situation that's been bothering you. It could be about someone or something that happened. Maybe you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I wish I did this or that instead. He should have been more careful. What in the world was he thinking or not thinking? Oh, it's just not fair. No one should have to be subjected to that. These kinds of thoughts. Anything that you just can't stop thinking negatively about. So now close your eyes and tune into that situation, person, or event, and notice where you feel it in your body. What's the emotion? Is it frustration, embarrassment, irritation, jealousy, anger? Now, imagine that emotion and that situation as a balloon in that area of your body. Focus in on that balloon and take a slow, deep breath into it, filling it. And then breathe out slowly. It'd be good to breathe out through your mouth. Keeping your eyes closed, and with the next deep breath, imagine that balloon is expanding beyond that area to fill your whole body. And then breathe out slowly. This time, when you breathe in, expand that balloon even more to fill the room you're in. And breathe out slowly. Continue breathing and expanding this balloon to fill your home, your town, the state, the country, the world, the universe, etc. What you are doing is diluting your emotional attachment to those negative thoughts until they are so weakened they no longer preoccupy your mind. Your body responds by releasing chemicals supporting the growth and repair response. And you feel calmer and happier. This expansion technique is a great one to do before going to bed so that your mind is free from those recurring negative thoughts and you get a rejuvenating night's sleep, one that you deserve.
So folks, try out the expansion technique next time your brain's negativity bias shows up. Well, we'll be back next Wednesday with another segment of Wellness Wednesday, where you can learn to take charge of your own health, happiness, and well-being.
Till then,
see you next week.
Bye.